Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
It's time for NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. The latest from the Wenatchee Valley and North Central Washington with Steve Hare, Grant Olson, and sports with Eric Granstrom.
Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And I'll tell you what, for most of the day, we had no weather window. All of our Skycam cameras were socked in with snow, but now it's cleared up. That happened at about 3 or 3:30 this afternoon as we take a look at downtown Wenatchee. Still some low cloudiness out there and a few scattered showers, but that's about it after a lot of snow, and we'll talk more about that in a second. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A vehicle versus pedestrian accident yesterday morning in Quincy sent a local resident there to a Seattle hospital in critical condition. And a Wenatchee man has improved to satisfactory condition after he was struck by a vehicle crossing Wenatchee Avenue on Monday night. But first, we begin tonight, and there's no doubt what our top story is tonight: weather. A large winter storm system moved into the Wenatchee Valley early this morning, first as rain, then changing over to heavy snow around 7 a.m. Snow totals around our area vary from 4 inches to 8 inches depending where you live. Visibility at times today was less than a half mile. Due to the hazardous road and weather conditions, there was no extended day or other after-school elementary or intermediate activities or athletics in the Eastmont School District. The Wenatchee School District also canceled all after-school programs today because of the weather. Earlier today in Manson, on Manson Boulevard, up to 5 semi-trucks were stuck at the same time, blocking traffic for a lengthy period of time. And on 3 separate occasions today, eastbound Snoqualmie Pass was forced to close because of spinouts and jackknife semi-trucks. Area passes are requiring change except those vehicles equipped with all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Pangbourne Airport was also forced to cancel flights this morning. Well, the winter storm earlier today also caused a mess for local road crews and travelers. Eric Granstrom braved the streets of Wenatchee and filed this report.
Residents of North Central Washington woke up to a wintry wonderland on the commute this morning, with snows hitting most of eastern Washington and heavy snows in the mountain passes. Now, the forecast is for this snow to turn to rain for the Wenatchee Valley. We'll see about that. For the time being, it continues to fall pretty heavily here on North Wenatchee Avenue at Maiden Lane. Had a chance to drive around, take a look at the area roads, especially some of those hills, and the local road crews have done a great job, at least here in the city of Wenatchee, keeping up on this. We understand that highways earlier today were very dicey, as the State Patrol reported to over 35 accidents on area highways and roadways, including a fatality north of Soap Lake. But as far as Wenatchee is concerned, roads are good, just slushy and a little icy and some standing water. And again, if this snow does turn to rain, that's going to be the big significant impact here, as storm drains will be overwhelmed with the melting snow and that additional water. Now, we've heard from area schools. They have canceled all of their post-school activities for the day today, and they'll try to make up some of those sports events a little bit later on. We'll talk more about that in the sports coming up. But all post-school activities for the day today canceled throughout most of North Central Washington. Here at the intersection of Maiden Lane and North Wenatchee Avenue in Wenatchee during our snowstorm 2018, I'm Eric Granstrom for the NCW Life Channel.
Thank you, Eric. Local and regional highways also felt the brunt of the winter storm. Between 5 a.m. and 10:30 a.m., North Central Washington State Patrol troopers responded to, as Eric mentioned, 35 vehicle collisions, most of those occurring on Snoqualmie Pass. Snoqualmie Pass was closed for about an hour during that time due to several vehicles, I should say, and semis that failed to put chains on despite traffic signs that required drivers to do so. One of those 35 accidents did, however, result in tragedy. At 10:25, Washington State Patrol responded to what became a fatal collision on State Route 17 about 12 miles north of Soap Lake. The collision sent one of the vehicles into Alkali Lake, Lenore Lake, off the highway. The accident blocked the highway as emergency personnel attempted to recover the vehicle in that lake. Half an hour later, State Patrol Trooper Brian Moore confirmed that the accident was fatal. Washington State Patrol is encouraging everyone to drive safe and be prepared for any road conditions. A vehicle versus pedestrian accident yesterday morning in Quincy sent a local resident there to a Seattle hospital in critical condition and closed the road for almost 5 hours. Sergeant Chris Lafferty of the Quincy Police Department tells us what happened.
Quarter after 11 in the morning, we responded to a vehicle versus pedestrian collision on the corner of 4th Avenue and F. Brank Southeast, F. Brank being State Route 28. We arrived and located a subject that had been struck by a vehicle, was semi-conscious. The paramedics arrived and got him stabilized and sent over to the hospital. Life flight was called. I believe a helicopter transported him to Moses Lake, where he was then transported, I believe by jet, over to Harborview. The Grant County Sheriff's Office traffic unit was called in to assist. They did a probably about a 4 or 5 hour investigation on scene there while we had the roads closed off.
The name of that victim has not been released. A Wenatchee man has improved to satisfactory condition yesterday at Central Washington Hospital after he was struck by a vehicle crossing Wenatchee Avenue on foot Monday night. Wenatchee Police Captain Edgar Reinfeld says the man driving the vehicle has been charged, but not for hitting the pedestrian.
So on the 8th at about 7:40 p.m., we received a report of a vehicle-pedestrian collision in the area of South Wenatchee Avenue and Crawford Avenue. Officers responded and found a male who was later identified as Ricardo Cervantes. He's a 40-year-old male from Wenatchee who had been hit by a car and had pretty significant injuries, including a closed head injury. They determined the other driver was a Michael Rash. He's 44 years old from East Wenatchee. He was driving a 1998 Saturn and ended up striking Mr. Cervantes in the roadway. The driver of the vehicle has been cited at this point with not having a valid operator's license and no insurance, but was not cited related to driving or to striking the pedestrian in the roadway, indicating this is probably a case where the pedestrian is at fault.
Captain Reinfeld says Rash was cited for driving without a valid license and no proof of insurance. He does not anticipate any further charges being filed at this time. Coming up next, Representative Mike Steele's House bill to help feed breakfast to more school children passed yesterday in Olympia, and a prominent online travel site names Leavenworth a top winter wonderland destination. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Welcome back. In another news, State Representative Mike Steele of Chelan is helping farmers team up with public schools to expand access to breakfast for Washington's most impoverished students. House Bill 1508, also known as Breakfast After the Bell, received wide bipartisan support yesterday when it was adopted in the House by a vote of 83 to 15. It calls on schools in areas with high poverty rates to continue offering breakfast after the beginning of the school day during the first first period of instruction. According to United States Department of Agriculture report in October of 2016, the average daily participation in Washington in the school breakfast program was 201,252 students. In the past, students in Washington state have received breakfast in schools through a mix of grants and through federal and state funds. House Bill 1508 would receive the same mix of funding to the extent that funds are available. The Lake Chelan Winterfest kicks off tomorrow with 2 weekends full of activities for the whole family in Chelan and in Manson. Olivia Plew, Director of Marketing with the Chelan Chamber of Commerce, sat down with Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to outline a few of her favorite events at the festival.
I have to admit, probably my favorite night is this Friday. Everyone is just getting into town. The locals are just getting off a really hard week planning for Winterfest, and there's just good vibes across the board. This year we have DJ Indica. I think he's kind of a big deal.
Okay.
I'm not totally sure. From Seattle. So he'll be here kind of to kick stuff off, and Wine Walk will be open. There's just so many fun things going on this Friday. And it continues throughout the week. We have live ice sculpting. We've got a polar bear splash. It's always a hit. And you crazy people that decide to jump in the lake in the dead of winter, I will never understand it.
Olivia, they're not crazy. They're just insane. It's a huge difference with that.
Huge difference, yes.
Yeah.
So that's a great time. That's Saturday. So it's polar bear splash, and then you get out of the water. There's huge beach bonfire.
And she means huge. It's big.
Huge. All of the locals bring their old Christmas trees, and we light them on fire. So it's ginormous. Yeah, there's pictures on our website if you want to check it out. And then fireworks show presented by K&L Homes. And so that's going to be also a great family fun night. We say that it's a family-friendly event because it is. There's something to do for everyone, whether you're a couple visiting, a family, you want to come by yourself. I mean, it's just great fun.
For more information, check out the Chamber's website at lakechelan.com for a full schedule of events. Expedia, one of the nation's leading online travel sites, has named Leavenworth as one of the best winter wonderlands in the United States. Expedia determined the top 17 winter destinations based on 3 unique ratings: average annual snowfall, beauty, and available activities. Leavenworth was a no-brainer, as can be seen by the ratings awarded by the Expedia travel writer, who gave Leavenworth a 5 out of 5 on both snowfall and beauty and a 4 out of 5 on available activities. Expedia is a travel company from Bellevue that owns and operates several international global online travel brands, which features travel fair websites and travel search engines. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update, followed by today's feature story. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Antique Mall at Cashmere wishes you a happy and prosperous new year. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone. For repurposing projects, do-it-yourselfers, and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, this is the place to find your next project. Antique Mall at Cashmere, their friendly staff is here to help you. Stop on by today.
Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house, featuring great family dining in downtown Chelan. We've got burgers, pub fare, and the best barbecue around. Try one of our award-winning sauces made fresh here in-house. So grab the whole gang and come on down. Stormy Mountain Brewing. Beer, barbecue, friends, and beer.
Hey, this is Justin at Club Crow Bar and Grill reminding you it's your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Jam sessions and live bands playing a wide range of music. If pool tables or pull tabs are more your thing, we have you covered. Enjoy the fun and food at Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Stop on by today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a good evening. Before we get to our scores and highlights from yesterday, let's take a look at what the weather did to our sports schedule for today. Basically, everything's been canceled. All the basketball games, swimming and diving. In fact, all extracurricular and after-school programs have been canceled throughout North Central Washington for the day. We'll be sure to let you know when and if those games are made up. On the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from yesterday in high school bowling, Eastmont kept on rolling with a 4-0 win over Ellensburg at Eastmont Lanes to improve to 13-0 overall. 11-0 in Big 9 play. Meanwhile, the Panthers bowling team continued to do well by a win over West Valley. 3-1 was the final in that one. That sets up an exciting match between currently unbeaten rival Eastmont on Tuesday, January 16th. That will determine the league championship with the Wenatchee Panthers. Also on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in unified basketball last night in a thrilling back-and-forth game that saw 18 ties and 7 lead changes. Eastmont and Wenatchee ended up in a 64-64 tie. Eric Card led the way for Eastmont with a game-high 24 points. Gavin Zufall paced Wenatchee with 16. We had the camera crew there for last night's game, and here's a little taste.
Here they come, the Wenatchee Panthers. Here they come through the banner. Oh, nice job breaking the banner. And the band plays. Prado down the lane, shoots the shot, rims out, no good. Got his own rebound, though. Here's a strong put back, a little bit too strong. And they're going to give him one more chance here. And he'll shoot it one more time. It's good! Going to get one more chance here for Wenatchee. Eastmont ready to rebound, though. Here comes the defense. He shoots and scores! Peyton Keeler with the first bucket. Now the feed inside to Max Hunter. Shot good! Max Hunter for 2. He's got 4 in the second half. 8 of the ball game, 64-62. Here we go. Last shot. Eastmont with the basketball. Now the drive down the left side. Luis Prado with a shot. Rims won't fall. Rebound offensive as Jenny Ramos Garcia has it with 6 seconds, with 5, with 4. She will shoot it at the buzzer off the mark. No good. Got her own rebound. Putback is on the way, and it's off the mark. No good. One more rebound. Here's her chance of the putback. She got a little bit too close there, and they need to back her up. Here's the shot. Ramos Garcia again with the shot. They're going to give it to her again. Ramos Garcia, underhand, good! At the buzzer! And the game ends in a tie. 64-64.
And we'll have that broadcast for you noon Sunday right here on the NCW Life channel. Well, something a little different this weekend happening up in Leavenworth is the Bavarian Brews Fest, 4th annual event put on by the Apple City Roller Derby with 12 teams hitting the track. Tournament biggest ever, according to local Apple City Roller Derby coach Madeline Prey, also known as your kid sister.
So this is our 4th annual Bavarian Brews Fest tournament. Apple City Roller Derby, our team, we've hosted it for the last 4 Januaries. We have had teams come from all over Washington, including, and then down into Oregon, Idaho, and this is our 2nd year having teams from Canada, which is awesome. We are centrally located in Washington, so teams come from all over. It has expanded from a 6-team tournament over one day, all the way up to a 12-team tournament over a weekend. So this weekend is going to be solid roller derby. We have 30-minute games. It's a double elimination tournament, so there's going to be a lot of skating. All the teams will do 30-minute games with 15 minutes in between, and expect a high level of athleticism, sportsmanship, teamwork. Just look forward to seeing some high-level derby, a lot of contact. It's a very physical sport for women, and it's going to be a blast.
That's sports news. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. This weekend is jam-packed with events all around North Central Washington. NCW Life's Megan McPherson has a wrap on what you should check out this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Head on down to Leavenworth for the annual Bavarian Ice Fest in downtown, including snow sculptures, live ice carving, a snowmobile sled pull, fireworks, and more this Saturday and Sunday. For more information, visit leavenworth.org. The annual Multicultural Festival will celebrate with community members Saturday at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day this Monday. Visitors will experience local multicultural groups from the community through booth displays of art, clothes, and photographs. Crafts will be available for kids along with live music and dancing. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The tradition continues in Conconelli as the annual outhouse races take center stage this Saturday at noon. The event features head-to-head races within stated divisions with champions crowned at the end of the day. The snow-covered course runs down Main Street in Conconelli. For more information, visit conconelli.com. A 3-month stand-up comedy series kicks off this weekend at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Laugh Productions brings the Cold Winter Night series featuring some of the best comics in the industry. January's headliner taking the stage this Saturday is Ivan Decker, a recent performer on TBS's Conan O'Brien. For ticket information, check out the Numerica PAX website. Looking for a winter activity that doesn't require a big investment in equipment, instruction, and practice like skiing? Then head out to Leavenworth Ski Hill and discover the fast-growing winter sport of snowshoeing. If you can walk, you can snowshoe. You can check out snowshoes from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, visit ski/leavenworth.com. And finally, join the community at Pybus Market this Sunday for the annual Wenatchee Valley Empty Bowls Community Painting Party. For a donation of $10, paint a ceramic bowl as a reminder of all the bowls that go empty in our area each day. All proceeds of the event support the North Central Washington Food Distribution Center, which delivers more than 1 million pounds of food annually to 12 area food banks and 5 meal programs in Chelan and Douglas counties.
And we'll be back in just a moment with a recap of some of today's stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
My name's Robert Duff. Current and previous occupation is architect, engineer, and a lawyer. Grew up here in Washington, born in Moses Lake. When I first came to CVCH, was looking for a place to get some dental work done. I was really impressed with the people at the counter. I mean, they were just on top of it. It only took her like 15 minutes to do the job. I didn't feel anything. The technology is so great, you don't even realize you're at the dentist. These people are so professional. I would have any one of these people in my home for dinner. These people are family.
This is the big one, Leonard Evans year-end celebration. 2017 was such a great year for us here at Leonard Evans. We want to say thank you. So we're offering you our best deals of the year. No, really, these are our best deals ever. Pick out any super clean pre-owned vehicle in stock and drive home with $0 down. And we mean $0 at the Leonard Evans Used Car Superstore. Corner of Maple Street and North Wenatchee Avenue in Wenatchee, Leonard Evans, where the name means a great deal.
Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, serving all of North Central Washington. We make it our priority to learn all about your financial needs. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or want a reverse mortgage, our mortgage professionals are ready to guide you through the loan process. We have a wide variety of loan products to fit your family's needs. Call Bay Equity Home Loans of Wenatchee today for your pre-approval. 509-888-0466.
Time now for a recap of some of our top stories, and as we mentioned at the top of the newscast, there's no doubt what our top story is tonight, and that's weather. A large winter storm system moved into the Wenatchee Valley early this morning, first as rain, then changing over to heavy snow around 7 a.m. Snow totals around our area vary from 4 inches to 8 inches depending on where you live. Visibility at times today was less than a half mile. Due to the hazardous road and weather conditions, there was no extended day or other after-school elementary or intermediate activities or athletics in the Eastmont School District. The Wenatchee School District also canceled all after-school programs today because of the weather. Earlier today in Manson on Manson Boulevard, up to 5 semi-trucks were stuck at the same time, blocking traffic for a lengthy period of time. And on 3 separate occasions today, eastbound Snoqualmie Pass was forced to close because of spinouts and jackknife semi-trucks. Area passes are requiring chains except those vehicles equipped with all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. Pangbourne Airport was also forced to cancel flights this morning. Well, the winter storm earlier today also caused a mess for local road crews and travelers. Eric Granstrom braved the streets of Wenatchee and filed this report.
Residents of north central Washington woke up to a wintry wonderland on the commute this morning, with snows hitting all of most of eastern Washington and heavy snows in the mountain passes. Now, the forecast is for this snow to turn to rain for the Wenatchee Valley. We'll see about that. For the time being, it continues to fall pretty heavily here on North Wenatchee Avenue at Maiden Lane. Had a chance to drive around and take a look at the area roads, especially some of those hills, and the local road crews have done a great job, at least here in the city of Wenatchee, of keeping up on this. We understand that highways earlier today were very dicey, as the State Patrol reported to over 35 accidents on area highways and roadways, including a fatality north of Soap Lake. But as far as Wenatchee is concerned, roads are good, just slushy and a little icy and some standing water. And again, if this snow does turn to rain, that's going to be the big significant impact here, as storm drains will be overwhelmed with the melting snow and that additional water. Now, we've heard from area schools. They have canceled all of their post-school activities for the day today, and they'll try to make up some of those sports events a little bit later on. We'll talk more about that in the sports coming up. But all post-school activities for the day today canceled throughout most of north central Washington. Here at the intersection of Maiden Lane and North Wenatchee Avenue in Wenatchee during our Snowstorm 2018, I'm Eric Granstrom for the NCW Life Channel.
Regional highways also felt the brunt of today's winter storm. Between 5 a.m. and 10:30 a.m., north central Washington State Patrol troopers responded to 35 vehicle collisions, most of those occurring on Snoqualmie Pass. The pass was closed for about an hour during that time due to several vehicles and semis that failed to put chains on despite traffic signs that required drivers to do so. One of these 35 accidents did, however, result in tragedy. At 10:25, Washington State Patrol responded to what became a fatal collision on State Route 17 about 12 miles north of Soap Lake. The collision sent one of the vehicles into Lake Lenoir off the highway. The accident blocked the highway as emergency personnel attempted to recover the vehicle in that lake. Half an hour later, State Patrol Trooper Brian Moore confirmed that the accident was fatal. Washington State Patrol is encouraging everyone to drive safe and be prepared for hazardous driving conditions. And now your weather forecast for north central Washington. Before we get to that, let's take another peek outside our weather window at downtown Wenatchee, as we are continuing to clear out from this winter storm as it heads east now into eastern Washington and the Idaho Panhandle. We will stay on the cloudy side, and as this huge storm system moves through, we can expect a quiet day tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies, calm wind, and high temperatures near 40. Cooler and drier weather will arrive for the weekend and persist through early Monday. The next chance of appreciable precipitation will arrive late Monday and into Tuesday and Wednesday, with more wet weather expected through much of next week. Here's a look at your forecast now, and tonight we will drop down to an overnight low of 30 degrees. Tomorrow, what a nice one. A peek at the sun at times, mostly cloudy and 40. Cooling off a little bit for the weekend, but we'll still see a little bit of sun and 37 on both Saturday and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, 38 for our high temperature as more storminess moves our way. We have about a 40 to 60% chance of the wet stuff Monday through Wednesday, and as I mentioned, high temperatures mainly in the upper 30s. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz. And I, once again, will be in for Steve Hare with a look at the day's news. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This has been NCW Life News on the NCW Life channel. For more news, log on to ncwlife.com, like us on Facebook, and follow NCW Life channel on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Blair from Works, your workout prescription. Have you ever started an exercise program and then struggled to keep it going? So what if I told you that with this MyZone device, I could increase your chances of self-motivated exercise adherence by over 200%. Combine that with an exercise prescription specifically for your level of readiness, we'll increase it even more. And that's our new member success system. It's $99. It's exclusively at Works. It includes your MyZone belt. Works, your workout RX NEWS-EG-20180111-5.com.
Thursday night, hockey night on the NCW Life Channel. It all begins at 7 o'clock with a call of the Wild and Clarkie's Corner. Then it's non-stop hockey action with a voice of the Wild, Arch Ecker. Join us as the Wild battle the rest of the BCHL. Thursday night is hockey night on the NCW Life Channel.